Hi, this is Chamu from Theta 1, and this is our demo video for our language learning app, Metabuddy. At Metabuddy, we have like these friends. For me, I have Jane, who's a CEO at San Francisco. And my friend here, Jane, is talking to me about startups and the education system because she remembers in our previous conversation that I was trying to do an edtech startup. So let me get started right away to show you how the conversation looks like.
Have you discovered any interesting insights into the Korean education system through your startup? I'd love to hear more.
So one interesting thing is that a lot of people realize that traditional forms are ineffective, like traditional forms of education, but people have a hard time trying new things a little bit. Wow. A lot of people realize traditional forms like traditional
I suppose innovation takes time.
But have a hard time embracing new
obstacles in trying to introduce new teaching
picking out the
methods?
fact that there's no like big grammar mistakes, but this is a better way to say what I just said while I was stuttering. I suppose innovation takes time. Yeah, I suppose innovation takes time. Like that's a great sort of phrase, and I can save that. And if I don't know what that means, I could just highlight it and then get the translation. 혁신에는 시간이 걸립니다. That's exactly what that means.
Have you considered hosting virtual demos or webinars?
Yeah, of course. We're always trying to meet 사람들 when we can. Yeah, so during my speech, I mixed in Korean because I was sort of simulating a moment where I don't know how to say the word people in English. So I said 사람들, which is what people, the word people is in Korean. We use a self-hosted, self-engineered speech recognition model that can pick out the Korean phrase. And this is just a demo, but what is possible in the future very easily is something like this. Like, hey, like Chan, 사람들 in English is people. Repeat after me, people. Let's use it in a sentence and so forth. And let's review it later. And this is a really important feature because a lot of language learners tend to get stuck on just specific words while they're trying to construct their speech. And we can pick out their mistakes in every single part throughout this conversation. And then we're able to give them just real-time feedback all the time, right? So, there are other features in here, but let me just skip over the conversations. Yeah, so last time I was talking to Grace and we were talking about soccer and like our favorite teams and everything. And I want to demonstrate to you our previewing system before going to the conversation. So what we do is we generate learning content to help you prep for the conversation before you actually get into it, because you might just not know the right expressions to use. And things like nail biter is, that's a good sentence. I just said, I don't know it. Last minute goal, I've heard that before. Edge of your seat, that's great. Turn the match on its head. I mean, that's not going to be something that people are used to hearing about. Right, and the phrases that I didn't know gets classified into a bin, and we generate a learning process this way.
The Manchester Derby turned out to be a real nail-biter, going down to the wire.
Nail-biter. And here is an explanation. It says nail-biter means it is so anxious that you might even be biting your nails. And that's what it's explaining here in Korean, because direct translations might not be able to convey the nuance of that expression. And here we show them a few example sentences that are useful ways to use this phrase. And here we give them an opportunity to create a sentence with this phrase, and then we can get feedback on our sentence. So yeah, that game was a real nail biter.
Yeah, that game was a real nail-biter.
Yeah.
Turned the match on its head. When the substitute striker came on at halftime and scored a hat-trick, it turned the match on its head.
See, the great thing here is, it's in Korean, but the translation says we flipped like a match, like a fire match. But that's what the state-of-the-art translations are outputting here. And what this is saying is turn the match on its head. Is what you say when in like a game, the results become like flipped, and it's something unexpected happens. May that be it was going well and then it went bad, and that's what the explanation is talking about. And that's just such a useful thing for learners to know compared to just memorizing meanings and just studying that way. And definitely the example sentences really help as well. And you try to make a sentence this way. If you want to skip through it, you just go into the conversation.
Did you catch the Manchester Derby last weekend?
Oh, do you know about Sonny, the soccer player? That's cool.
Of course,
Son Heung-min.
Son Heung-min, star player for Spurs and South Korea.
Yeah, wow, you must really like soccer to know this guy.
Yeah, football's my life. Do you support
This
any
is great.
K-League clubs?
I mean, it's all about the experience and having this conversation. And because Grace is gonna talk about things in a way that that she remembers who I am, and she's gonna go into topics that are relevant to my life. So, how do we grab tickets to Premier League match next time you're in town? Oh, like several conversations ago, we were talking about the Premier League. You're just going back and forth really quickly with your AI best friends, and every single mistake that you make or any room for improvement, we're able to catch that and tell them, hey, maybe you should say it this way. And everything that we get wrong and the phrases that we save are in this treasure box UI. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a review process based on this. We can solve like quizzes on it so that we don't make mistakes on it. And definitely the preview process can be a lot better as well. And that's going to help us create a system of learning that people can systematically pursue. Thank you.